Ohio is facing a deepening drought crisis that's leaving residents and farmers scrambling for answers. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite a record wet spring and summer, the state is now experiencing one of its driest Augusts on record. Will this relentless dry spell finally break? Or has Ohio crossed a tipping point in its climate patterns? Let's unpack the numbers, the science, and the growing concerns echoing across the Buckeye State. The U.S. Drought Monitor's latest update paints a stark picture. Just 4% of Ohio is currently free of drought or abnormal dryness. That means 96% of the state is grappling with conditions ranging from moderate to extreme drought, with Franklin County, home to Columbus, now classified as moderately dry. This is a dramatic shift from just weeks ago, when the area was only labeled as abnormally dry, the mildest category. Columbus has fared especially poorly, receiving a mere 0.26 inches of rain in September and a paltry 0.61 inches in August. For context, the city typically sees 3.74 inches of rain during August alone. And, if you're hoping for a reprieve, the National Weather Service's forecast offers little hope. A full week of sun and no rain in sight. This isn't just a short-term hiccup. Ohio state climatologist Aaron Wilson explains that the current drought is evolving rapidly compared to the prolonged dry spell of 2024. While last year's drought was a slow-burning crisis, this one has intensified sharply in recent weeks. The paradox? Ohio just had its wettest April through July on record, followed by an August that shattered dryness records dating back to 1895. The result? Soils are drying out at an alarming rate, and with temperatures rising and humidity plummeting, the situation is poised to worsen. The cooler weather we've seen lately has actually been a lifeline, Wilson noted. If we'd had the same heat we're about to face, the drought would be far worse across the state. The agricultural heartland of Northwest Ohio, critical for soybean and corn production, is already feeling the strain, while livestock farmers in the southeast are bracing for higher feed costs and water shortages. South-central Ohio is also under siege, with Wilson emphasizing that the drought's geographic reach is broader than in 2024, even if its intensity hasn't yet matched last year's extremes. Compounding the problem, the Trump-era trade policies are adding economic pressure on farmers already struggling with poor growing conditions. It's not good, Wilson said bluntly. For those wondering what the coming week holds, the forecast is equally bleak. Columbus will see temperatures climbing into the mid-80s to near 90 degrees Fahrenheit, with not a drop of rain expected. Winds will remain light, and humidity will stay low, creating ideal conditions for further soil dehydration. The National Weather Service's projections for the week of September 11, 2025, show a relentless stretch of sunshine, with nighttime lows barely dipping into the 50s and 60s. For farmers, gardeners, and everyday Ohioans, this means no relief in sight. And this is the part most people miss. The drought isn't just about parched lawns or empty reservoirs. It's a harbinger of deeper ecological stress. Trees are showing signs of strain. Wildfire risks are rising, and the economic ripple effects are already hitting communities. But here's a question to spark debate. Is this just a temporary dry spell, or a sign of more severe climate shifts to come? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Ohio's drought is a warning for the future, or simply a freak anomaly? Let's hear from you.